Today we are here beautifully. We only have a brief plan, but I think everything can be executed. We know how. So first, we like to pay respect to our parents. They're sitting here, so they can watch this later when some of them. All right. So before we start, I think we want to make this observation to the channel. And for Bhante, Isa and Kaman, to give us the initial opening. So firstly, we shall do Rupana to all our Maha and Maha. So let us compose our mind to give our respect. So Anjali, Abhiwadini, Anjali, Abhiwadini, Anjali, Abhiwadini. So, the invite country will lead us on our command.
Let us start with a short dissection in theory. Let us begin according to the Sangha. Is a great revolution that business today. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Samvidyo vivanjanto sampero vitanse Bhante Bhavan Vanderayo Ayo Bhavetu Samyevam Elam
Thank you, Bhante. To begin with the so today's lecture, we have little change. The morning session, we will start with opening speech, the Bhante speech, Thero, as Bhante Dhero introduced that first. And so we will start with the seminar first, presenting the topic of debunking the myth. Yeah? And so we now invite Bhante Dhammapala and Thero to give us some speech and also some inspiration. Thank you.
My speech is simple. Yes, we get from his speech. Welcome everyone. What is anyway? See the wonderful to see all of you. The shining gracious every honors every day. The happiness smiles every day, every honors. The positive negative being is all very strong. You come without any external apply or external counseling duties. This coming the inner qualities, inner abilities, each and every one come through your own discipline and cultivation. The respect for Venerable is something so comprehensive. Being involved in for the various parts of Malaysia, Sri Lanka, India, and also the Bhikkhunis, Bhantes, of Indonesia, and Vietnam, and Thailand, and Malaysia. And some of them, I understand, they come forward to sponsor this program. That's another beautiful, wonderful thing to experience it. Each and every participant, definitely I know you are very comfortable. Am I right? Are you comfortable? Are you happy? Yes. Good. I think not happy, some of you as you see. Happy? You mean not happy. Smile. Happy doesn't mean like that.
Because some of them
Oh, yes. Okay, I will say I'm happy. The happiness is one wonderful thing for our teaching within self. Little smile on the face. So very much important. Each and every with the robe come, smile on your face. you know the wonderful message to the yourself as well as the others for the whole mankind. Especially for the young, just join for the young means from the age. I just talking about the higher generation. Each and every one of you are very, very young, just only as a full-fledged Bhikkhuni, just only 1 day or 2 days old. And we are still very pure and young Bhikkhunis, most of them are years. And this is what I mentioned. To mention the society, it's supposed to be the considered to mention all historical part. I know it has the history. The people, the person, character. I think you know the scene everywhere. The person was sacrificed to protect these places, place of historical places, worship places. When we young when we having the something operator or their anniversary, I listen beautiful, wonderful, the things what he done to protect the sasana, protect the historical these places, how much pain he went through, how much difficulties he went through to then get these places in order to be this situation. It's a lot of sacrifice done. They taken their own life, the risk and situation could occupy some other missionaries, some other faithful places. Or getting into the Buddhist faith, so much sacrifice they done for the people, many other Sangha members as we were going to be the devotees as well. Such a facility is able to be done probably one critical. Very part of the places in India, we are going to the Sangha and the places you can see how much the people they sacrifice in their to protect the Buddha Sasana in this country. Generation by generation, various contributions they done towards the teaching, protect the teaching of the historical places. Today we are able to participate, worship the Buddhist places because of the wonderful people. They take so much pain, so much hardship, so much the difficulty to get these places in order to be every one of you. As I mentioned yesterday, we take very heavy responsibility. You take so much sacrifice of oneself as well. It's very motivated by yesterday when I heard one of the 71-year-old the Bhikkhuni. Time period in Anagarika, time period in the Samadhi. Such a long period, I really admire. I really appreciate the determination once he had to walk this noble path. Got that spiritual interest for these practices. It's not as simple and easy. Being the female, the obstacle is there. Today, you are much lucky as compared to those materials. The amount of problems they face. The various ways. Today, we are able to get the result. They are very sacrifice. Done by the wonderful the people, wonderful people. That time was so much, as I mentioned earlier, you're going to understand, appreciate, and gratitude and show. You become the each and every one of them can be promoted for your other followers. You get the motivation for these great people, wonderful Bhikkhunis, and the Bhikkhu, you are nothing done as you can put it. Being the day person, seeing the things, it become a ordained leader part as one. when they address the monks, they're given that very hard. Certain words he used is very unrefined words in order to make them the people in Sri Lanka. And I went there with some monks as well. But the monks all that time, they're not that, the certain words he used, very hard words. In order to get the right message on the past today, that's the reason they done it. But today, all those, the part completed, to make it much, much easier for each and every young people to go to this local path. At the same time, we never able to forget how much sacrifice done to the protect doing the necessary right teaching to maintain, right practices to maintain, and passing around to the young people. I strongly believe in this particular period. We are very much strictly looking to your practices, looking to your daily preparing, they have sacrificed a lot of things. Not to say they don't have much thing to do in their respective India or the monastery, but keep one side and seeing looking the future Bhikkhunis as the things they are here to help each and every one of you. Highly appreciated their contribution. The great gratitude and appreciation should go towards the organizers, such many projects to organize. And also the most important thing, I strongly believe in the unity, harmony, and maintain very strongly. If you're going to divide into the various groups, if you're going to divide into the various categories, there's no strength. One person can carry certain amount of weight. When the 10 people get together, they can certainly be able to carry. 20, 30 people, the huge thing be able to carry as well. That means if you have combined, united the strength, our strength. Make sure each and every one of you try to correct and understand what the beautiful message, what the intention. Always, when you talk to the leader, to the neighbor, avoid any particular physically, but to the same. Keep the Dhamma as a lead. As long as right things you're performing, right things teaching, going through that, our lineage normally, the teacher to disciple to another. It's a way of that complete, that combine, that nation we had made it very strong. And forever, it's a negative, don't get disappointment. It's very important. Negative comment, don't disappoint. And look into the with a great practical kindness. Someone mentioned negative thing, someone really compliment. Each time we are able to balance our own mind as the greatest achievement, as greatest practices able to achieve. You can test yourself. Are you achieved such a level? Are you achieved such a highest standard state? No need to go so far. Just take the comment. Two people give the two comment. One person very good comment, other person very good comment. Each time they get to consistent mind with it. That's very important. Teaching of Buddha knowledge is important. Philosophical knowledge is very important. Sutra knowledge is important. Dhamma Vinaya is important. Everything is important. Most importantly, you can get a PhD holder. That's not a great achievement. Number of PhD holders I know is here. That's achievement. Appreciation. It's a hard work as well. The most achievement I highly respect, not the PhD. I highly respect PhD big practices. If you're able to practice well, if you're able to maintain your winning well, if you're able to maintain the discipline well, if you're able to maintain what you learn into the day-to-day practices, if you get it that achievement, That's the greatest achievement one we can achieve in the as a Bhikkhuni. I know your role is not easy. Important thing. You must always remember, we have always to appreciate the wonderful people, wonderful they done. Take those who are people give them so much personal advice we take on that one there is what are the things they go with that particular period. And even the Sangha members, maybe one or two, or very few. Sometimes certain negative comments might happen. You don't get easily upset about that. Don't get disappointed easily. This is a lot of others are supporting as well. One person say negative comment, 1,000 people are supporting, 1,000 monks are supporting. Why they have disappointment? You want to be the positive side, and also that moment what you are doing. You have maybe your own like this. What is that like doing? Person is making negative comment. Just wish them get the right understanding. Just wish them if you cannot get the right understanding, if you can not get the right understanding within this life period, at least another 10 life period, they will get the right wisdom in their mind. That's when you have to take this very strongly. And your contribution towards the person, you require that metta, you require to help the person to comment negative. With that compassionate heart, you just feel the loving kindness towards them as a bounce back to your heart very strongly. That you are giving possess. That make you better people. That make you better practitioner. That make you your enlightenment on their as objective, as your enlightenment, your understanding. That motivation going to have a strong in your mind. That person going to help you in samsara journey. How wonderful. Don't think anything negative. Try to make it positive. It's not easy. But then always people are believing the female are weaker, sensitivity. Not all. Don't comment, don't brand yourself. You are weaker. Don't brand yourself. You are very sensitive. No. There is not only ladies are sensitive or not. Female is sensitive. Man is sensitive as well. You know. What's important thing? Not the way of gender, not important. Important in your own application, in your own mind. That's the most important thing. It doesn't come automatically. Doesn't mean you get the 3-in-1, just you can get the instant enlightenment, instant understanding, instant practice. There's no way to get it. Work hard towards it. And important. Each and every opportunity, get you to practice. Practicing to be better person. When we get this world, nothing else we are taking wonderful, beautiful mental energy in your mind. The greatest development your own mind, take it to the next assistant, nothing else. Golden opportunity to all of you to bear the role as you require our own merits. To bear the role, require our own merits. You have that. Only use it. That's important. Anyway, there's a lot of speeches I will be today, but let's say something simple thing to share each and every one of you. But I strongly believe in being intelligent, being so much determination in your own mind to go through this period. I strongly believe it. You can do well. I strongly believe it. You can motivate more people as well as for the others. Be the example yourself. It's the right thing to do it. As morning also I some of the Bhikkhuni mentions certain difficulties. We understand very well. We have to work towards united voice is very important thing. Anything want to do it, any difficulties in public so India for Bhikkhuni, what happened? There's a body here. To get their advice, their support, then we can go through them to help each and every part where what we do it. When we are more than discuss with it, we can understand the facilities of the. But I think there's a very good platform is already created, united in Theravada council. You decide to correct place, but work towards closely each and every one of you. One person cannot do much things. When they united, everybody closely, everybody we can do wonders. We can do a lot of help. The Malaysia, Vietnam, and the other countries find that get together, be able to help certain India and be able to help it. It's a golden opportunity for even for us, for as well as for believing, be able to do something, things in whatever ways be able to help and forever, their kindness, their generosity is always there to help each and every one of you, whatever ways be able to do it. Anyway, thank you very much. I appreciate it. All of you, very great. As I mentioned earlier, it's all the Sangha members have been Bhikkhuni. They are greatly sacrificed. They done. I highly appreciate it. My highly gratitude to all of them, as well as to each and every one of them. Do not come forward to the participate. Organizers not able to do it as well. Each and every one of you come forward to get that program, get that motivation in yourself. Continue the wonderful service towards mankind. That itself is a greatest merit. Let us, each and every one of you, understand and practice well. The practice well is benefit to you as well as benefit to others. That's the greatest mental energy that will help you samsara. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Bhante. And so on behalf of the United Theravada Sangha International, we invite the to say a few words for these operations in English. Today's seminar. This morning, our electricity is not stable. So I don't know whether they can see all of us online. And advertiser will say sorry because our program has changed. Instead of the purification ceremony to the Maha Bodhi and to the Maha Theros in the morning, we had to postpone that program in the afternoon because but basically the female speaker of the program that is not well. So I know that this morning he has a serious cough, and so he said that he could not come actually implemented. So we decided to center the way of training so that we can that is why this morning we use the precious time to listen to our respected bhikkhus and bhikkhunis who come here to participate in the ordination ceremony. And because time is limited, now it is 10 o'clock already. So instead of I can say something, I would like to spare the time for Venerable Dhammapala, our Dhammajoti, so that he can give discussion to our daily objective beliefs. So thank you so much for this, please.
Most frequently to be something. This special to say 2 words on this small one as instruction to be devoted to this. I think most members are not there as well. Perfect words to you. So I have no say thing, but I like to say few words. So Then immediately after the Buddha achieved the enlightenment, the Vasavati Maha gave to him and said Buddha, now you have finished your goal, you have achieved the enlightenment. Now please be Patinipada. Then the Buddha said to Vasavati Maha, Api Maha, he will run. I will not leave this world until my fourfold Sangha, Bhikkhu, Bhikkhuni, Upasaka and Upasika, arise, work well, and develop their spiritual life. Until then, I am not leaving this world. So Buddha's first inspiration to establish fourfold Sangha, Bhikkhu, Bhikkhuni, Upasaka and Upasika. And he wished his fourfold Sangha act according to the Dhamma and work for the benefit of all world, benefit for others and benefit for themselves, and achieve the final goal of Nibbana. So this is the aspiration of Buddha. So we ordain in the Buddha Sasana to fulfill the aspiration of the Lord Buddha. So we have to follow his instruction, we have to follow his advices, and we have to follow the Dhamma Vinaya to achieve the Nibbana, to benefit of the whole world, not only human beings, to the Devaloka, Brahmaloka, and all sentient. So it is our duty. So today, the newly ordained Bhikkhunis, you have took these duties to your shoulders. Now you are the daughters of the Buddha. You have the hair of the Buddha. So you have to work, whether you like or not. You have to commit your life. You have to commit your life to the benefit of the whole world, the sentient being. So please try to follow the instruction and exams of your teachers. Mostly, when someone becomes a nun or monk, sometimes we can see they have some kind of arrogance. They think now we are bhikkhus or bhikkhunis. Now we are, I have ordination bhikkhus, so I have ordination bhikkhus. Now we can do anything. If they have some kind of knowledge of Dhamma Vinaya, if they have some kind of ability to work in the world, they think they can work themselves. But it is wrong. You have to follow the instruction and examples of your teachers. Your teachers know how to work in this world. According to the Buddha's instruction, always we have to look on our teachers, whether they are bhikkhus or bhikkhunis. We have to look on our teachers, and then we have to follow, because they have more experience than you. Most of these monks and nuns are in this Buddha Sasana as monks and nuns more than 10 years, 20 years, 50 years, but a long time. So they know how to behave, how to work, how to face the problem, how to give some definition to the Dhamma Vinaya. So please, first of all, you have some kind of obey, some kind of respect on your teachers, is the first thing. And then always try to learn Dhamma Vinaya. Without learning Dhamma Vinaya, you can't help yourself or others. The Buddha has given clearly the instruction in Dhamma Vinaya. If you don't know Dhamma Vinaya, how you help yourself or others? So the second thing, follow and learn Dhamma Vinaya well. If you do these two things, you can spend a successful life, ordination life. This is my instruction to you. Obey your teachers, follow your teachers, and learn Dhamma very well. Then you can become a good Bhikkhunis, good ordained ones. This is my instruction. So I would like to thank all the Venerable Mahatheras and Mahatheris for this opportunity to give you to become Bhikkhunis and become the followers of the Lord Buddhas. And I bless you. May all the goals be successful and you achieve the final goal of Nibbana. Sabbe Satta Bhavantustikarta.
Thank you very much. Thero. So, Father, second part for the practice and read from what we have explained, so that all of us can look at me. So now, without further ado, we would like to start the first session of today. We would like to invite you to deliver the talk on behalf of the yeah, it's just to bring okay, well, waiting for you to so for the benefit, please continue so that I can summarize what we have out and kami dari Gaya Dhammapala về nói về cái cái vì cái oxy và một để mà tổng tắc và dạy của hai thầy khoa trường và thầy dạy đồ và thầy điểm phá thì đầu tiên là Saranantara và thầy dạy đồ đó thì ngài dạy thầy năm đất và khi mà chúng ta là thành viên của tăng đoàn của đi đồn thì yếu tố gốc và nhất cái sự của con biết không cũng chia sẻ bởi vì nếu như mà chúng ta mà không biết chúng ta có sức mạnh có những cái rất có những cái rất là nặng một người ba người năm người không nổi cái tôi mình nổi chia sẻ thì là càng ngày càng tốt thôi mà chúng ta có biết và với nhau thì chúng ta có sức mạnh. Thứ hai là lần này khi chúng ta phải nhìn thấy Thứ ba là phải có tâm từ. Thứ tư đó là giới tính không quan trọng là năm cái gì quan trọng là tâm một người. Và thứ năm là ngài rất ghi nhận công đức của cả vị thầy và tinh tăng của vị bên ly đã bỏ thời gian công sức để tổ chức một cái giới ra như thế này, là từ cả những khác nhau để cùng nhau có sức để ra cái giới ra không mong rằng quý vị cũng nên và ghi nhận với những học tập biết tư với những vị là đến đây để tổ chức cho mình được có những lớp sáng phần. Còn ngày thứ hai là thầy thứ ba ngày sau lúc hai thì nói về hai điều. Cái thứ nhất đó là ngài nói về việc là khi đã làm một hoạt động để làm việc công lý thì quý vị phải có cái tâm trân trọng và nghe lời và vâng theo vị thầy của mình. Bởi vì dù sao thì người thầy của mình cũng đã tu tập và thậm chí được làm thầy là 20-30 năm rồi, có rất là nhiều kinh nghiệm, có nhiều có học học hành, cho nên việc rất quan trọng là quý vị phải biết lắng nghe và biết nói theo đúng. Vì thế cô nên có cái tâm nặng này, đó là mình bây giờ là những thông minh rồi, mình cũng nghe phải thầy mình rồi, bây giờ thầy chúng ta đi như vậy, rồi mình là muốn làm gì mình phải học. Để vì vừa mới được có những con như vậy. Và điều thứ hai là nên đó là cần phải học pháp và luật, học pháp và học luật để thực hành. Bởi vì nếu như quý vị hồi giới không có biết luật để phát triển, không biết pháp để phát chấp số phận để phát của mình, để chia sẻ với người khác thì sự hồi giới của quý vị không có gì. Thì đó là nó còn phát bài cho dành của ai thì còn đủ để quý vị nghe. There's something I finished the summarization. Are you ready? Và đầu tiên trước khi mà ngài nói về máy tổng kết sách, ngài còn nói về một câu chuyện nữa. Và ngài nhắc nhở ra câu chuyện là khi mà Đức Phật vừa mới phát đạo thì nó cũng phải rất sống là ngài bị ba cơ rồi khi bị bảo của Đức Phật mình. Khi Đức Phật ngài nói rằng là Như Lai chưa có nhận diện Như Lai mà đầy đủ chưa có đầy đủ chưa có phát triển và đầy đủ không có đi theo thì theo đi ở Việt Nam và mọi người. Như vậy đấy sự ngày đầu tiên của ngài đã có ý định là sẽ thành tập phán đo và đi rồi rồi. Vì vậy thì việc cho chúng ta hồi giới để cho chúng ta làm đúng nguyện vọng, làm tất cả những được con được đầy đủ được phát triển. Cho nên là tự nhiên vì hồi giới để chúng ta làm đúng cho pháp nó đúng ra đúng cái đây là một cái phần cái không có bạn đang trả lời thì bạn của mình rồi cho nên chỉ yên tâm ý tưởng về việc mà mình hồi giới nó là điều đúng đắn và đem lại lợi ích cho bản thân mình cũng như đem lại lợi ích cho cộng đồng các tự dụng và cho xã hội. Chúng ta ý tưởng vào đây học thì chúng ta sẽ vượt tâm để đi trên con đường của mình và còn thêm hai cái điều này này khác đó là vâng lời học theo gương và học hai lời nhẹ nhàng cả thầy và cố gắng phải truyền pháp truyền thuật cho nó được nghiêm túc. Ngay ở đây năm khi chơi đời đó thì đấy có ai có câu hỏi nào thì đặt câu hỏi thì hay chơi. Do you have any questions? If you would please look at us and raise your hand. Dhammapala. Yeah. The first level. The first level, one. nên về cái nào là tùy theo các bài theo luật để theo sách là thế nào là tùy theo các bài theo luật để nó gọi cái này thì phải cái này thì phải đó. Yes, and then she asked a question concerning that of the because we say that they must follow the Dhamma and the Vinaya, and learn and follow the Dhamma and Vinaya. And she would you to elaborate how is the link to follow the Dhamma and the Vinaya.
Yes, the Dhamma Vinaya that Buddha has given to us. Now, easily you can read through the books and other internet and other way. So, how to practice? It is there. For that purpose, the teachers are there. You can read Dhamma Vinaya from the books, and you can understand some kind of knowledge through that Dhamma Vinaya you are reading. But how to practice? It is up to the teachers. Teachers are giving the instruction according to their experience how to practice. So you have to follow. You can understand Dhamma Vinaya. This is the rule. This is the way. And this kind of things we have to practice. That kind of things you can understand by the reading, by learning, by hearing Dhamma Vinaya. But according to our tradition, we go the Acharyavada. Acharyavada means teacher's method. We have to learn Dhamma Vinaya through one of our teachers. Then only we can practice. They know how to practice. There are some words in the Dhamma Vinaya, but the definition for that Dhamma Vinaya is after the teachers. It's called the Acharyavada. So Acharyavada was very well by the teachers, the tradition, by the lineage. So you have to keep your base on your teachers to practice the Dhamma Vinaya.
Hai vậy để học khóa cơ luật pháp tôi biết về luật pháp học trong cái gì để dùng đọc học cách đọc sách học cách nghe. Tuy nhiên đó chỉ là bởi vì không định kiến thôi. Còn để mà thực hành pháp cơ luật pháp thì ví dụ các sản trong video thì quan trọng nhất là đưa từ vào vị thầy. Vì vị thầy của mình là tự lượng các vị thầy các dạy dỗ đã thực tập và biết cách. Vì vậy trong Phật giáo những chỉ rất còn gọi là Acharya là ông thầy và ba ra là viên học thì trong cái trường cho nên là chúng ta một thò những con pháp cái những thực hành hiệu pháp điều rất là quan trọng là chúng ta tin tưởng vào thầy và chúng ta tin tưởng vào sự chỉ điểm của vị thầy đó và chúng ta thực tập các em thì cái sự hiểu biết và các thầy nó sẽ thành học sinh không phải chỉ biết mà các em làm việc trong mình. Are you ready?
So we can show that something that we don't miss.
Do you have any other questions? Có ai có câu hỏi nào khác thì trong cái lời cuộc làm việc cùng một xíu thì có thể có thêm một câu hỏi nữa. One more question. Yes, Ariya Jnana. I learned of faith, of India, of Theravada, Buddhist, the more real and failure inside India and for government, learn about India, is learning Myanmar, and also Thailand, also among people that learn from this. Now, having sense community, and I come from you all. That's the thing. Here, also where the road full of Bhikkhuni, Theravada, and I of the can we speak louder, please? I cannot hear properly. How we can put a volume on the podcast? Can we? Can they do it really perfect? No, you see, we take a real feeling that you should speak louder. You see, the same speaker, but I speak louder than you, right? So try to speak louder so that they can hear the questions. Otherwise, he cannot answer you. Okay. And summarize the question. I interested about the role if I learn practice right. So I can read about which is another country, like Bodhi, Ireland, Myanmar. Nowadays, I am the new one. Practice and learn all of you are practicing about. I feel the facts they are different. In Myanmar, they start one of Myanmar, Theravada, in Thailand, only, and the Bodhi and the same. So they are the roles. So that is side. You are looking India. Now looking at both parties. So how can we know that it is wrong? There is praise, explanations from one. So when in three countries, Bodhi and Myanmar, Thailand, maybe we are this, Maha, and you wear the shirt, we wear the shirt. Now we quit. That's the when we wear the shirt. It is put like that, right? Yeah. They do this around your arms to wear your shirt, right? Yeah. You say that this, you say that it's a shirt, right? Yeah. Okay, so you want to know what is right and what what is right and what is not wrong. Which one is say and so please let me wrong. Thank you very much.
Yes, there are many things in the religion. We have practice. But at the same time, we are living in the cultural societies. So Buddha gives us some permission to follow that cultural tradition also. Sometimes these cultural traditions are not any kind of meaning, but we have to follow it. And give you an answer. In ancient time, in Indian people, I couldn't. When people sneeze, the people say long live. When someone sneezes, the society say, are you long live? Once Buddha was in the Yetavana, Bhikkhus and the auspices in Lanka, Buddha is sneezed. The people I will say, are you long live Buddha? Buddha's what is? If you say long live, can I long live? No. It is useless thing. Don't do that. Buddha prohibited to say that. It's okay. Now the bhikkhus went to the society and they are wandering around the world. And when the people listening, the monks and nuns kept silent. They are not telling anything. Then the people say, these people, they have no manners. This is our tradition. When someone is we say wrongly. But these people are not saying, so they are manners. So bhikkhus and bhikkhunis went to the Buddha and say, this is the blame on the Bhikkhu Sangha and Bhikkhuni Sangha in this time. Buddha said, yes, this is the tradition. This is the cultural thing. They are wronging, but you have to follow it. Onwards today, when the people is still wronging. So this kind of things, cultural things, traditional things in our countries, we have to follow. So the wearing shirts, we are wearing in Sri Lanka and Thailand, Cambodia, Myanmar. But we are going to another country, especially the Western country. They think it's the barbarian opening the shoulders in their countries. The naked in one side, it's a barbarian. So we have to respect their culture. We have to respect their ideas. So that is why we use the shirts. It's a small, very small apatti. We can apatti desana. Yes. So we have to adjust time and space. They have given that permission to us. Okay, respected. Okay. So respected members of the Maha Sanghas, here the Sangha refer to Bhikkhu and Bhikkhuni. And of course, the topic is given to me, is debunking the myths. You can look at this. From negativity to positivity to liberation. So when I'm given the subject, assume that there is a recognition, and victory on the part of women in this modern era to be able to join the Bhikkhuni order. And of course, another one is the assurance given by the Buddhas that woman has the equal right with bhikkhus to achieve the final liberation. Unfortunately, I'm going to show here. But anyway, listen to my voice. I think should be clear enough. If you look at the ancient times during the Buddhist times, or even before the Buddhist time, the position of women appears to have been a very, does not appear to be a very happy one. It's not very happy. So generally, women seems to have been looked upon as being inferior, like the Sutra. Okay, I hope you know what is meant by Sutra, the lowest caste in India. Okay, so their freedom was extremely limited, and of course we know that the woman role was considered as householders, right? So because of this reason, women has so many restraints in the society, and this could be the reason why women have expressed their dissatisfaction of being and express their willingness to become men in their next life. So I think that could be also the reason, like among our Chinese community, when I was young, we have heard from our parents, especially our mothers, they said that next life they want to be a woman, they want to be a man. So you can see that this kind of suppression has been there
from the ancient times till now. Okay, so when the subject is given, debunking the myths, for negativity, positivity, deliberation, I think there is this success in victory on the part of the woman. And of course, and in the modern era, right, there seems to be emergent, right? I mean, for the last couple of weeks, 2 decades ago, there is this emergence of a woman who re-established the ancient order of Buddhist nuns. Okay, and we know that the order of Bhikkhunis is considered to have died out more than 1,000 years ago in the Theravada tradition around about 11th, 12th centuries until now, right? So the Buddhist was a revolutionist, and you know the word revolutionist, a very revolutionary. And one of the revolutions is that the Buddha was the first among the ancient shamans, right, to establish the order of nun. Right? And of course, before the Buddha's time, there was never thought of, right, man and woman are equal, right? As far as the liberation is concerned, or even to think of joining as an monastic members. So it says that it was 5 years after the Buddha's enlightenment, the Buddha has established something that unprecedented, right? By allowing women to go forth as the novice nuns or as the fully ordained Bhikkhunis. Okay? So I think you all should be very proud and should be very fortunate to be able to receive the full ordained, right, Bhikkhunis after 1,000 years. After 1,000 years, yeah. So be very fortunate, right? And of course, it's like the Bhikkhus, right? You also have to live a homeless life, right? Go on, be the Bhante, relying on the offering of the lay people.
Finally.
Thank you. So blessed to have the pictures here because by just merely listening to my voice, you could felt sleepy. At least I have some pictures taken yesterday.
Can you start from the beginning?
Okay. All right. I think it this morning because I thought our groups coming from different background and some of you may not understand the Chinese completely. So I think probably good I have a few Chinese words and a few English words there and also some pictures. So you don't feel bored, okay? All right. So this is a topic given by me today. Right? So when we are talking about the subjects on the negativity, positivity, the liberation, I suppose there is a recognition and victory, right, on the part of women to be able to join the Bhikkhuni order. Okay? And another thing, I think one also very important, the Buddha says very clearly in the sutras that the Bhikkhu and Bhikkhunis, right, has the equal right to achieve liberation. So these are the two things that I need to share with you all. Okay? All right. So in ancient times, we know that the position of women doesn't appear, right, to have been a very happy one. Like even now, right? So we see that there were a lot of revolutions going on. Yes, I think I'm not going to go through all those things, but I think one that very strike me is that even now also people consider women status as being the same level as the sutra. I think that's something we need to change, right? And the Buddha says that we all have equal right to attain liberation, and yet you are saying that the woman never is as low as the sutras. I think that need a lot of revolution, right? And of course, we also knew that because of this reason, there were so many restraints in society, and this may be the reason why many women have expressed their dissatisfaction of being a woman and have expressed their willingness to become men in the next life. Right? Yeah, like I think this kind of ideas influence even our mother, our forefather, mother also. They said that they want to become a woman in their next life. So you can see that that kind of thought have been deeply rooted among the Chinese community. So I think there is a great success so for the revival of the Bhikkhunis orders. And the situation of inequality has improved significantly, right, in the modern era. So in the past 2 decades, right, and through the revolution of the Buddhist family movement, right, there is this re-emergence of movement, the established the ancient order of Buddhist nuns. Okay, and it says that this order of Bhikkhunis is considered to have died out more than 1,000 years ago in the Theravada Buddhism, in the Theravada tradition. Yeah, the Buddha was a revolutionist in many respects. And so one of the revolutions is that he was the first among the ancient Shramanist movement to establish an order of nuns. Okay, so before the Buddha's time, right, women have never thought of to have equal with men as far as liberation is concerned, and even not to think of to become monastic members. So it was 5 years after Buddha's enlightenment, right? The Buddha has established something unprecedented by allowing women to go for. Okay, so this is something that they've not heard of before. So yeah, this is the story. That's in the Sangha Nikaya, right? Once the Buddha convinced to the king of Asyanadi, right, giving birth to a daughter is better than a man, right? This is something very new to many of us, right? Then in the Sangha Nikaya, King Asyanadi was informed the news that his wife, Queen Malika, had given birth to a daughter, baby. And the king was not very happy with the news because he wanted a son, like Chinese, they want a son. Right? And the Buddha convinced the king that the daughter may be better than the son. Okay, I think that lady should be very proud of. And they are wise, virtuous, loyal to the husband, and treat relatives very well. Okay, and the Buddha also said, once when the son born from such a woman, he might become a hero, or he might even become a king and rule the country. Okay, so the Vinaya Theravada, okay, tell us that one day Mahavajapati, Gautami the Buddhist, the aunt and foster mother, visited him, and together with 500 princes, with a request that they want to join the order. I think you all know the stories, yeah? And the Buddhist cousin, right, Ananda, asked the Buddhist if women could go for as nun and live under the Vinaya, in the same way as the monk. Of course, with the request made by Ananda, the Buddha initially, was quite reluctant. Then the Buddhas later on agreed if Maha Gautami accept 8 conditions. Okay, so I'm going to talk about these Atthagara Dhammas. And these Atthagara Dhammas will be very controversial by many women. Anyway, I think I will look at it from a very different perspective. Okay, of why the Buddha imposed these Atthagara Dhammas. Okay, now you look at these Dhammas. They are just simply ethical rules, okay? Or you can say that they are just conditions, or they are just principles, to be followed. And particularly, I think you all know what are these Atthagara Dhammas, right? If not, I think we have to reconsider our Bhikkhuni ordination. Okay, so yeah, especially the first one, they express their dissatisfaction. Why should I worship someone, especially the young or just ordained, not even one day? Yeah? So they have a lot of dissatisfaction here. Okay, so I think the reason why I want to raise this is because the Buddhas come up with this Atthagara Dhamma. I think particularly the Buddha wants to come the Mahapajapati's kind of ego, right? Or what do you call this? Or pride, so that no one could accuse of the Buddha's, favoring of his foster mother. This is one thing. Yeah, you know that all these ladies come from royal family. Suddenly you have 501 members suddenly join the order. You're expecting there will be a lot of chaotic in the Sanghas. So I think the reason why Buddha enacted these rules is to particularly look up his foster mother's ego. Right? So this is one thing. And the second thing, the Buddha want this, this royal princess, right, to fit humbly and harmoniously, in the community. So you see, when the Buddha come up with this kind of Atthagara Dhammas, Buddha is not looked down upon the woman, but the Buddha will consider looking, think of various consequences that would arise if women were enrolled. Like earlier said, the Buddhas was reluctant, right, to accept Maha Gautami as a bhikkhuni in the first place, because Buddha would be accused of his favoring of his, foster mother. Okay, so first, another person is that, the Buddha afraid if these 500 princes join the order, they would create a lot of animosities, a lot of problems in the Sanghas, because you look at the sages' wives, they are all coming from a royal family. You look at their status, they are much more higher than many others Bhikkhuni. So if that is the case, the Bhikkhuni among themselves fit in nicely. Or even with the Bhikkhu, even the Bhikkhu look at them, the Bhikkhu also have to kind of kneel down. Then the Buddha said, no. That's the case of chaotic in the Sangha. So I think the reason, and I think this should particularly to these 500 princes, I think we have a reason. Okay, so don't think that why look down on women. Yeah. So, and of course, another reason, right? Other than this reason that mentioned, I think the Buddha also concerned with many uneducated women. Imagine that Buddha's time, there were many uneducated ladies join the order. And of course, besides this uneducated lady, there were many very rigid hierarchy, caste systems, we live in, especially when they consider the status of woman as being inferior, as the sutra, right? Yet, if the Buddhas were to allow the woman to join the order and to enjoy the same privileges as the men do, sure, there will be a lot of accusation, a lot of resistance, a lot of challenges from other heretics. So we have to consider all these things. Okay, don't just merely look at the word by itself or not. You have a lot of criticism, not like that. And if you look at this one, the the first one, a nun who has been ordained even for a century must treat respectfully, rise up from a seat, salute with joint palm, do proper homage to a monk ordained Bhante Dhammapala. Okay? So this was instituted by the Buddhas to his Upasampada, right? Particularly to calm Maha pride and ego, so that no one would accuse the Buddhas of favoring his aunt and his foster mother, right? And she would fit humbly and harmoniously into the community. So this is the internal reason, the internal reason. When we are looking at the consequences, I think we need to look at internal reasons as well as external reason, right? And so the external reason is due to the customs of the day, like I have said. And the Buddha thought that it should not be, respond hastily, quickly, rather to change the already prevalent, very conservative, the custom, particularly in the society where women looks down upon as being as a sutra, and also already prevail very conservative of the male predominant society or the kind of ancient culture that has been deeply rooted in the society. So no doubt, we say the Buddha was a revolutionist, right? But he was aware, right? Whatever things that he enacted will bring consequences in the society. So he knew for Bhikkhunis to be accepted in the society, that he should introduce certain conditions, right? In a way, it's like to please the men in the first place, to please the people in the first place, right? Like this kind of article governments, right? So you should introduce certain conditions, certain principles in the Bhikkhuni community, so that monks and nuns should live harmoniously in the first place, and not to create disharmony in the Sangha. Okay, now I see the second one, but you look at the third one. And another condition is that every half month, a nun should desire clothing for the order of monk, the asking as to the date of the observant day and the coming for the execution. And this rule too to be honored during the time. And of course, right, this is not merely a matter of knowing the date, right? Like for example, which day is almost a Thursday. Yeah. But I think participating in an activity, right? That each day can tell that is highly significant, right? It's like a condition is to ensure the nuns are provided education in the Dhamma Vinaya by monks. Yeah, as I said, most of the nuns ordained, they are not coming from a very educated family, right? So the Buddha enacted this rule so that the nuns, every fortnightly, coming, to see the monk, to receive the education. But of course, now the situation has changed because the nuns are quite well versed in the Vinaya already. So sometimes like Sister Sumanga came to me for this or other I just keep blessing on. But of course, this is not the case in ancient time, because women have not received education. So I think the Buddha come up with this kind of rule, and wants to have the nuns, come to see the monk, regularly, at least every fortnightly, to receive the education. And another thing, right? Taking this Patimokkha recitation during Upasampada Day, right, is a reminder of monastic spiritual friendship. Okay? Yeah, we need a kind of friendship. If not, then the monks can meet each other throughout their life. Yeah. So I think the word spiritual friendship is very important. Okay, this spiritual friendship. I will look at it like this: that you want to have the Sanghas to be united. Every fortnightly, spiritual friendship is needed. Of course, you are not coming just only, to gossip, but to listen to the Dharma side. I think the monk serves as a teacher, to train, those things, educated women to receive education. So I think that is a very, good blending. Okay, so, okay, now another one, Garo Dharma 4, it says after the rain, a nun must invite before fourth order. I think this is a word that I want to comment in respect of three things: what was seen, what was heard, what was suspected. Right? This rule to be honored during that time. So it says that aim of the Rani retreat, Pavara, invitation, in front of two sanghas, and Bhikkhuni sanghas should be addressed. Okay, so I think this one we need to go through. And you see, but before the order, so this is a time of mutual respect and clearing of air among monastic belief as a close community. You see, when you look at this Vinaya, this is something not new. And you look at these rules, it has been there, in the Bhikkhuni Pachitiya, right? So, but I think the Buddha come up with these rules because the Buddha think, through this mutual avarana, mutual, it's a mutual, shows a mutual respect and, clearing the misunderstanding among, bhikkhus and bhikkhunis, among the monastic. Because the Buddha wants these bhikkhu and bhikkhuni to live as a close community. Okay, then only, the Buddha sasana can grow. You see, so we have a lot of these huge group. It doesn't mean that suddenly you have the bhikkhunis ordained and then the bhikkhuni independent. No. We have to look at many other consequences. Like I have said, I said earlier, many bhikkhunis, when they were ordained, they are coming from the uneducated family. They don't know what is Dharma. So then the role of teacher is fall on the monks. You see, so the Buddha come up with this Dharma. It's not to look down on the monk. It's that the Buddha want to have a better education for the bhikkhunis. Okay, now we look at another one. Garo Dharma 5. A nun offending against an important rule must undergo anatta for half a month before fourth order. Right? And you see the word before fourth order. I find it very interesting because many people said the Maha Gautami was the first nun. Is it true? It seems that to me, Maha Gautami is not first nun because the Buddha come up with this other dharmas. In fact, the before both order already appeared, right? Which include, am I right? Maybe afterwards our Mahatiri can comment on this. But definitely when I look at these other dharmas, the before both order were mentioned many times. So it means that the bhikkhus and bhikkhuni sangha have been in existence even before Mahapajapati Gautami ordained as a nun. So it means that the Mahapajapati Gautami was not the first nun to be ordained. And of course, no doubt, she is very prominent. And, among the community, one thing that he was the mother, the foster mother of the Buddhists. Okay, and of course, you have things that, also 500 princes, or Sakya princes, also joining the community. So they need to be properly received into the community so that they are properly trained in the Dhamma Vinaya, so that they can be harmoniously blessed with other sacraments. It seems that there is not any special privileges given to them as a royal family. Okay, now if you look at the other Dharma, the last one is talking about from today onward. I wish to comment on this from today onward. Ajatami, admonition of nuns, of monks by nuns is prohibited. I think many nuns can accept it. Why should we nuns admonish the monk? Why monk has to admonish us? I think again we have to look at the ancient custom also, right? And of course, these Abhidharma dharmas, right, is part of Mahapajapati Gautami's ambition, to be ordained as a Bhikkhuni, right? And as a principle, it also applies to other women, okay, or even to apply in the modern era, okay. So I assume that we ordained what time? So what is? So you want me to finish now?
11.
Oh, 11.
No, 5 to 11.
Oh, like that, okay.
We have 10 minutes something.
Okay, 10 minutes, okay, I was given 10 minutes, okay, very good. Yeah. So it also applies to women. So I suppose in our Theravada traditions, when the Bhikkhuni ordination is given, there's also included the Dharma, right? So all these other paradigms is not something that we look upon, right? But there are so many implications in these regards. And especially, during the Buddhist times, there were many uneducated and who live in a very oppressive environment. You see, these ladies, they need to learn how to speak, in a wholesome manner. Okay, because during the Buddhist time, there were many women, because they are educated, but the way they talk is very harsh. They don't know how to talk properly when they see the monk, as if these ladies are speaking in a very harsh way. See? So I think this is one thing. You see, in the sutta, one of the sutras in the Majjhima Nikaya, the Buddhas refer particularly to 5 types of wholesome speech. For example, when you talk, you have to talk. Time, don't talk nonsense. Okay? When you talk, you have to talk truly. You talk gently. You talk with loving kindness, connected with goal, right? Connected with the liberation and with loving kindness. Okay? So this is also explained the word ajatami, from today's onward. It means that before the other dharmas, okay, it means that the nuns they were ordained before, probably speak very bad and criticize even to the monk, right? As in the case of the royal family. So then what? Because they are using very aggressive word, very harsh speech, right? With hatred against the bhikkhus. Because they're probably coming from a royal family. They criticize the monks, or they don't know how to even talk properly. I think for that reason, it says so the Buddha come up with this other dharma. Want to remind the bhikkhunis, next time when you talk properly. I mean the same also apply to the bhikkhus. Not to say this only to the Bhikkhunis. Bhikkhu also we have to talk, properly, talk with loving kindness. Don't scold people. Okay, don't think that you are true, you want to solve people, you want everybody to listen to you. That is impossible. Okay, so we have to talk gently, or talk with insight, talk with wisdom. It's better still if you can criticize somebody, people still smile and you very happy. I think that is the highest admonition. Okay, so and after the elements are introduced for many reasons. Okay, so here I want to highlight only one, that is strengthen education. So this is to maintain the harmonious living between the bhikkhus and bhikkhunis, and that's giving confidence to people to embrace Buddhism. So this is the unprecedented movement in the history of mankind. Okay, so for all these things, I don't see the Buddha's, formulated, this explanation to humiliate the bhikkhunis, not to look down upon the women, right? Since the equal opportunity is given to the monks and given to the men and women, right? So bhikkhuni also have to build confidence in themselves and strive with religion. Like men also, to realize the goal, that is Maha. And of course, more important is to win the support from the community. So the Buddha was revolutionist. He did it while being aware of the well-conservative customs of the day and the lack of education among women who live in the oppressive environment. You also want to change the mindset of the people that women are capable of attaining the liberation if they are given equal opportunity of education and Vinaya. So the Buddha was very skillfully, very successfully raised the woman's status in the society through education. Okay. Now, after the Buddha's passing away, the Bhikkhunis orders continue to flourish and spread through across Asia for 1,500 years. And of course, many reasons due to the disappearing of the Bhikkhunis might be due to the famine, due to the war, or due to the conquest by these non-Buddhist insurgents, and right now, the Buddhism in India. Sri Lanka, I think about 11th or 12th century. Okay, and we know that in Sri Lanka, the Buddhist Bhikkhunis orders was established, almost 1,500 years. And I think you know about the stories. Okay, so it says that in the Sri Lankan chronicles in Pamangsa, in the 3rd century BC, Bhikkhu Mahindas and his sisters, Sangha came to Sri Lanka, and together with a group of Bhikkhunis, right, and bringing with her a city of poetry, then Bhikkhuni was established and flourished in Sri Lanka for thousands of years. So, okay, so I think this Bhikkhuni ordination is called the Theravada tradition. Okay, then the Chinese sources, I think, report that in the early 5th century, a group of Bhikkhunis traveled from Sri Lanka to China. On arrival, they found that up until that point in China, monks alone is only female candidate. It means that only one platform. Then 4 Bhikkhunis who had arrived earlier and who in the meantime had learned Chinese, these Bhikkhunis contributed for full ordination. So you have the full platform. Okay, and of course, this was duly performed with over 300 candidates taking or repaying high ordination from the Sri Lankan Bhikkhunis. So this is a message taken from the Chinese source. Okay, I don't think you have it in the Sri Lankan. This was taken from the Chinese source. So, however, in the 8th century, right, the Dharma was apparently imposed on all monastics in China, by imperial decree. From then on, the Vinaya observer can switch from Theravada Vinaya to Dharmakutta Vinaya in order to follow the Maha standard existed in China. Okay, so you see the Bhikkhuni, Sri Lankan Bhikkhuni, okay, was wiped out in Sri Lanka during the 10th, 11th century. Right? And then since then, the Bhikkhuni order was not reinstated in Sri Lanka since then. Right? So that's to say, the order of Bhikkhunis have almost come to an end. So if you look at the time in Myanmar, there seems to be no Bhikkhuni or Sangha. No Bhikkhunis or one hand. Of course, we know that in Sri Lanka also when the Bhikkhu facing a danger of distinction, they also get the monks from the Myanmar, Thailand, instead the Bhikkhu orders in Sri Lanka in the case of Bhikkhunis. So we say that the recent reinstatement of Bhikkhuni orders, in the Theravada lineage has been introduced, but still not that, like nice. Okay, now we look at it very briefly. Right? There are different types of precepts that can be such not in Thailand, Myanmar, Sri Lanka. But in Thailand, the Thai nuns, they will call Mechi, right? They observe 10 precepts. Okay, of course, we can observe 10 precepts. I mean, this is what we know, here, for those who observe Mechi. And the Myanmar nuns called Kilasi, right? They observe 10 precepts. And in Sri Lanka, we see the nuns that they call Dasasila Mountain. It means that they observe the 10 precepts. And of course, you look at these three traditions, right? The Sri Lankan tradition, right, is the youngest of all these three traditions. And it was started by Sri Lankan, to ordination as Tilasin, right, in Myanmar in the early 20th century. Okay, so now we look at the Western group. And we know that Buddhism has become very popular in the West. And we saw the Westerners also wearing something like Meiji, but in fact they are not Meiji. They will call the Siddhartha. Okay, they observe the 10 precepts. Okay, they observe the 10 precepts. And you see, this kind of Siddhartha, the order of virtue, was introduced by Raja Sumedho in London, right? With a blessing, from the Ajahn Chah tradition. And of course, they gave permission, Bhikkhu orders, gave permission to ordain the Siddhartha. I think this was a very important development for ladies who wish to become though not Bhikkhuni, but it is a great improvement to be ordained as a Siddhartha, because they were able to live dependent on the generosity of the lay community. They can go for the dinner part, right? And they can go for alms regularly, right? And even they also join the fortnightly chanting of this Bhikkhuni Vinaya, will have a kind of fortnightly confession among themselves. It says that they also recite 160 Vinaya. Do you know what are these 160 Vinayas? The Bhikkhuni, these nuns in time.
Maybe 75, 69, less.
Plus many others, yeah. Yeah, so that I think that is a great achievement in Thailand and Siddhartha to have the ability, opportunity to recite, the Vinaya. Of course, not the full, but 160 Vinaya. I think that is a great achievement as a big groups. Okay, so we can see this is the entire new tradition, new lineage for women in the Theravada Buddhism. Right? Okay, now since I'm from Malaysia, I need to say something about our Malaysian Bhikkhunis. I think This is, I think you all know I also want to these days, yeah, especially with her, yeah, she's very strict. She's very strict. But that kind of strictness is out of compassion. Yeah, I believe so. Yeah. And of course, over this number of years, I see Ayasumangala has really worked hard. Sometimes, I have to surrender. I said, okay. Moms can be very easy going. Come to her, no compromise. Anyway, I think I appreciate, I really admire firmness, determination. If you want to have Bhikkhunis all this right in the first place, then they have everything right in the first place. Yes, sir. I think that's something, I don't know. I think Malaysian Bhikkhunis should be very proud of. Right? I think that should also be a model for many other Bhikkhunis from other countries, right? Because we know that for Bhikkhunis to grow in this part of the region, Theravada region, it's not easy. Right? So you need to get a lot of recognition, a lot of respect from suffers. Right? If you are so simply in the first place, then you know what will happen to the Sangha? The Sangha will say, you do this, you do that, you do this, you do that. Then you say no. Then at the end, to suffer, I think you suffer. Right? So she registered, in the first place, to get everything right. Then recently, I think you all know that she has set up Arya Vihara, right, in Malaysia. Here we know that she's very learned. That's why when she come for Theravada, I said I don't know what to give, but just blessing. I think that's good enough. And of course, she also expressed her leadership. And of course, one thing I think that she admired is she got a lot of support from the lay community. Usually, in many parts of the country, I think lady usually don't get that much support, but she was really got a lot of support. Yeah, and then you look at the building. This is part of the building, right? Is the I would call this state of the art, multi-story building, particularly trained Bhikkhuni in Malaysia, and that will be the first ever Bhikkhuni training centers of in Malaysia. I think that is the first. I think similarly also the new part in Vietnam also doing the same thing. Especially this group is so many well-trained Bhikkhunis. So that is a great achievement, and really you have to say sadhus, Bhikkhuni. And I saw, though I don't dress like Facebook, but I knew what she's doing, because sometimes you dress like I know what other people will say. But it doesn't mean that I don't dress like I don't know. See, I know what's happening around the world. But she really moved forward and really give training like our Bhikkhuni Dhammapala. Yeah, I knew during this WhatsApp periods, during this MCO, I call it MCO Malaysia, during COVID time, you conducted many Pali training with the young one. Because sometimes I went to your Pali and I see what they are teaching there. She is very, very dedicated in the teaching. Yeah, so I think that is a great achievement success on the part of Bhikkhuni and same also like Santi. I don't know, Santi, do you have your website also?
Yes, it's a
Okay. So okay, so this is a conclusion. Okay, so for Buddhism to become full advocate of women's liberation, it is not enough for a small group of open-minded monks like us to hold Bhikkhuni ordination on the sideline. It is further necessary in the heartland of Buddhism to have the status of Bhikkhuni recognized by the Sangha authorities and very relevant, officially endorsed by government. And I think the recognition of the status Bhikkhuni would not be far away if tremendous effort are continuously made and live harmoniously with Bhikkhu orders.
you, Bhante Dhammapala Thero, for giving us such a very aspect of looking at the Dhamma and for the Buddhists to embrace it. Basically, I think it extends to the Theravada, Bhikkhuni, and also Buddhas understood Samadhi. I feel it's the meaning of this. So we should keep this always in mind, and that the people of the Sangha will shine in the world, and also all the